Today's therapy session here in Paul's Train Asylum includes a graceful first run of this Canadian national yard goat, a lumbering zillionth run of this considerably larger Dash 8, an American Flyer Pacific steamer recently back from the dead, and a K-5 steamer that had its own near-death experience, thankfully off-camera so there's nothing grim to look at. But first, there's a memo in my in-basket. Haven't had one of those in years. As I recall, memos always contained good news. Or was it, let's have a look. That might not be good news after all. Unacceptable focus on S-gauge transportation system. It has come to our attention that Paul's Train Asylum has been providing unbalanced coverage of our transportation system in favor of S-scale trains. I don't think that's fair. When rezoning was granted for development of S-scale infrastructure, Mayor and Council of the Port Grace and Barnstable District were given to understand HO and occasional O scale operations would continue to receive attention, thus ensuring positive exposure and so on and so on. If you do not align with this understanding, post-haste, Port Grace will be forced to pull funding. What funding? I don't get any funding. Not happy about this. What am I going to do? How do I respond? Oh, wait a minute. There's another memo. Where did that come from? Okay. Unacceptable. It's from Bing again. Wait a minute. I've just been advised that Port Grace doesn't provide you with funding of any kind. So, well, never mind my previous memo. But if you could do a video or two on the HO side, we'd really appreciate it. There might be a free lunch at the Blink and Tipple pub in it for you. Alrighty then, let's start off on the HO layout, shall we? And here's this little 080 steamer, CN number 8382. It's a shunting engine that was just added to the fleet, and its first test of skill and prowess on my layout is to move a CP boxcar full of freeze-dried pickled herring pastries to the inside loop, which due to track configuration issues requires a somewhat circuitous route. Once in place, CN2101, a big Dash 8 diesel-electric locomotive, will pick it up and run it around and back it into the front of this consist. Then take the whole kit and caboodle out of the valley for a journey east. Let's see how it turns out. Having secured my pub lunch at the Blink and Tipple, let's turn to the American Flyer S-Gauge operation, and a not-so-pretty sight. This is the 282 Pacific steamer, after my last running session. A few days later, I put it on the track, and it delivered what you might call a stopping session. So I had to open it up. No gory details for you. You don't want to see me with a soldering iron, but suffice to say there was much replacing of wires, lubricating of gears, and cleaning of brushes. And now she's back in service. This American Flyer K5462 locomotive has been totally inert since unpacking it a few months ago. I put it on the track, I got light, and I heard the reverse unit cycling through, little click-clicks, but no joy. However, it's a reliable runner now too after a teardown and servicing, similar to what I had to do with the 282. It's a nice, heavy Pacific, this one. It's capable of pulling a pretty respectable consist. Really like it. It's got some presence, and it's very smooth and very quiet. So there you have it, a little bit of HO and a little bit of Flyer S-Gauge. And a look at my desk. What more could you ask for? If you think of something, feel free to comment below. Or better yet, why not send me a memo?